Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Yeah.
Today we're taking on Awakening the Soul, exploring the depths of spiritual consciousness.
Ooh, yeah, from the Spiritual Seek website, right?
That's the one. I gotta say, this article just drew me in. It's like it knows we're already kind of on this path.
Totally. It doesn't talk down to you, like a lot of spiritual stuff assumes you're starting from zero.
Right, but this is more like, okay, you feel that pull towards something bigger, let's explore that.
Exactly. It's for people who are already kind of feeling that yearning, like there's got to be more to life.
So true. Which is probably most of us listening, am I right?
Probably. It's like that universal human thing,
Yeah.
wanting to connect to something bigger than ourselves.
Okay, but spiritual consciousness, that sounds kind of, I don't know, vague. What does that even mean?
Right, good point. It's not about religion specifically, more like realizing we're not just physical beings.
Okay, I can kind of get that. Like, there's a deeper part of us, right?
Yeah, it's like this inner dimension, a spiritual essence that connects us to something greater, whatever you call it.
The universe, a higher power, some people just say a deeper sense of self.
Exactly. It's acknowledging there's more than what we see and touch.
This article keeps mentioning spiritual research, though I thought this was, like, personal, not academic.
It is personal, but that's why research matters. Think about it. There are so many spiritual traditions out there.
Oh, for sure. Religions, philosophies, practices. It's overwhelming.
Right. And each one offers a different path, a different way of understanding this deeper part of ourselves.
So research is how we sort through it all and find what resonates with us personally.
Exactly. It helps you figure out what feels true for you, not just what someone else tells you.
Okay, I'm starting to get why that matters.
Yeah.
Now, this article lists signs of spiritual awakening, which I'm kind of excited about.
Fun, right? But they're not a checklist, more like nudges to help you understand what's going on inside.
Right. Everyone's journey is different. The first one that really hit me was that longing for more meaning. Like, isn't there more to life than this?
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the most common things people feel when they start exploring spirituality.
Yeah, that feeling like something's missing no matter how much you achieve or buy things.
It's like a wake-up call, almost. Like your soul saying, hey, there's more to life. Find your purpose.
Okay, so what do we do with that longing?
It's not always about huge life changes. It's about finding ways to integrate this yearning into your everyday life.
Bridging that gap between our spiritual side and like our normal reality.
Exactly. And the article gives some good tips on how to do that. One of the simplest is mindfulness.
Mindfulness, I hear that word everywhere, but what does it actually look like in practice?
It's about bringing your awareness to this moment right now, noticing your thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Okay, so like hitting pause on all the mental chatter and just being here.
Yes. And the more you practice, the more you see the beauty and richness of each moment, even in a busy life.
But how do you actually quiet your mind? Seriously, mine's going nonstop.
Start small. Even 5 minutes a day, focusing on your breath can help.
Just my breath. Can that really make a difference?
It's a natural anchor to the present moment. It shifts your attention away from all those thoughts.
Okay, I could try that. I'm always looking for ways to de-stress.
It's a great start. The article also talks a lot about meditation, which takes mindfulness deeper.
Okay, so maybe not full-on monastery life yet, but dipping my toes into meditation.
Exactly. It's about creating stillness and silence, connecting with your inner self.
See, that's where I get intimidated.
Yeah.
Like sitting cross-legged for hours trying to have no thoughts.
I get it. But meditation is for everyone, no matter your experience. Even 5 minutes a day can help.
So I don't have to like force myself into some blissful state.
Nope. Just find a comfy spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back.
Phew, that's a relief. And there are different types of meditation, right?
So many. Guided meditation, walking meditation. You can find what works for you.
This is starting to sound less scary, more exciting.
That's the spirit. And remember, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to explore in this article.
I can't wait. So far, what's resonated most with you? That longing for meaning. Have you felt that?
Oh, definitely. For me, it's mindfulness as a gateway to spiritual awakening. It's simple but powerful.
I love that. It's not about escaping the world. It's about bringing more awareness to everything we do.
Yes. Even the mundane stuff. Well, we've got to pause here for now, but we'll be back soon to continue the deep dive.
Until then, maybe try bringing a little mindfulness into your day. See what you discover. Welcome back. I've been thinking about mindfulness nonstop since our last chat. It's crazy how much it stuck with me.
Isn't it wild? And as we keep going with this article, it's hitting me that spiritual growth isn't just like solo stuff.
Oh, interesting. We've been talking a lot about inner work, but it
Yeah.
sounds like there's an outer element too.
Totally. The article talks about surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Finding your tribe, basically.
Yeah, because even though solitude's important, connecting with others who get it is huge EE.
It's like having a team of fellow explorers, right? Cheering each other on.
Exactly. Sometimes just having someone who understands the ups and downs of this journey makes all the difference.
Yeah, when you're dealing with big questions, it helps to not feel alone.
Prevents you from getting lost, too. And it's not about everyone believing the same thing.
Right. It's more about being open-minded, supportive,
Yeah.
genuinely curious together.
Totally. Creating a safe space to be authentic, share doubts, celebrate discoveries.
Sounds like the ideal environment for growth. The article also mentions doing things that uplift your soul.
This is where it gets personal, you know? Figuring out what truly nourishes you.
Not just meditation, but activities that bring joy and connection.
It could be nature, music, art, helping others, whatever makes you feel alive.
Weaving spirituality into everyday life instead of keeping it separate.
Love that. And speaking of keeping things balanced, we can't forget self-care.
Oh, self-care. Sometimes it feels like another chore, but it sounds essential for this stuff.
It is. If you're neglecting your well-being, it's harder to connect with your spiritual side.
Like trying to climb a mountain when you're exhausted and starving.
Perfect analogy. Sleep, good food, movement, relaxation. It all builds a foundation.
Whoa, I'm seeing how interconnected everything is: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual.
It's holistic. You're not just separate parts, but this whole integrated being.
Okay, we have to talk more about meditation. This article keeps coming back to it. Why is it so key?
It's kind of seen as the cornerstone of a lot of spiritual traditions, but there's still so much mystery around it.
Yeah, people think it's about emptying your mind, which seems impossible.
Hey.
Scary.
I know. It's not about that. It's more about becoming the observer of your thoughts.
So noticing them without judgment as they come and go.
Exactly. You create space between your thoughts and your sense of self, realizing you are not your thoughts.
Wow, that's a big shift. And there are different types of meditation, right? This article mentioned a few.
Tons. Each one has a slightly different approach to cultivating awareness and peace.
What about loving kindness meditation? That one caught my eye.
It's beautiful. It's about cultivating love and compassion, starting with yourself.
Then loved ones, neutral people, even people you find difficult. That sounds tough.
It is, but so transformative. It breaks down those walls around your heart, opens you up to more love.
And what's transcendental meditation? I've heard the name, but never really got it.
It uses a mantra, a sound or phrase to go beyond thought and reach deep relaxation.
So it's more structured than mindfulness, which is just observing whatever comes up.
You could say that. And the cool thing is, meditation's not just about sitting on a cushion.
It's about bringing that awareness into everything you do.
Yes. Walking, talking, working. It's a way of being.
Okay, as we're getting deeper into this spiritual consciousness idea, what's the ultimate goal here?
That's a great question. The article points to connecting with something bigger than ourselves, a higher consciousness.
But what does that feel like? Is it like seeing angels or something dramatic?
Not necessarily. It's often more subtle, a gradual unfolding.
Less about a big climax, more about deepening awareness over time.
Exactly. It's expanding your sense of self, realizing we're not isolated, but part of this web of life.
That's powerful. So this journey is not just about me, but about realizing our connection to everything.
Yes. And as that awareness grows, we naturally act with more love, compassion, wisdom.
We see ourselves in others, recognizing everyone's worth and dignity.
That's what's so inspiring. It's not about retreating from the world, but bringing those insights into it.
Creating a better society, one based on those values.
Exactly. We've covered so much community, uplifting activities, meditation, connecting to something bigger.
My mind is blown, and it's just the beginning, right? There's so much more to uncover.
For sure. We'll be back to explore the final part of this article soon. But until then, think about what resonated with you today.
What sparked your curiosity? What new insights did you get? And how can you bring those into your life?
Great questions to ponder. We'll see you back here soon for the final part of our deep dive into awakening the soul.
Until then, keep exploring, keep seeking, and keep awakening. Welcome back. Wrapping up this deep dive into awakening the soul, I'm realizing this article really challenged my old ideas about spirituality.
Oh, how so?
I used to think it was all about, like, escaping reality, trying to detach from the world and all its problems.
Yeah, that's a pretty common view. But as we've seen, it's actually the opposite. True spirituality is about engaging with life more fully.
Bringing that awareness, that presence, to everything, not just when you're meditating, but all the time.
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
infusing your everyday actions with that spiritual essence.
And that's where the real change happens, right?
Yeah.
Not just talking the talk, but walking the walk.
Exactly. Embodying those values in your daily life.
One thing I loved about this article was how much it stressed personal resonance. Like, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
That's what makes it so powerful. Everyone's path is unique. What works for one person might not for another.
It's about finding your own way, trusting your gut, and following what feels right.
Absolutely. Explore different practices, traditions, see what sparks something inside you.
Speaking of which, I've been wondering about spiritual teachers or mentors. Are they important on this journey?
They can be so helpful, especially when things get tough or you're facing big questions.
Like having a guide in the Himalayas, someone who knows the terrain and can offer support.
Perfect analogy. And just like there are many paths up a mountain, there are many types of teachers.
So you got to find one who resonates with you, whose teachings match your values.
Exactly. Someone who inspires you, challenges you, but also supports your unique path.
This all ties back to the importance of community, too. We talked about it before, but it's worth repeating.
Definitely. Connecting with people who get IT can be a game changer.
It's like your tribe of fellow explorers, sharing stories, supporting each other.
And sometimes you just need someone who understands what you're going through, you know?
Big time. It makes you feel less alone, keeps you from getting lost.
And again, it's not about everyone believing the same thing.
More about that shared curiosity, that open-mindedness, that support.
Creating a space where you can be your authentic self, doubts and all.
That's the kind of environment where real growth can happen. Which brings me to that quiz in the article.
Ah, yes. The spiritual awakening test. What'd you think of it?
It was thought-provoking, for sure. I know we didn't go through each statement, but what was your take overall?
I like that it makes you stop and reflect on your own beliefs and experiences.
It's not about getting a certain score, right? It's a tool for self-discovery.
Exactly. Use those statements as prompts. Does this resonate with me? Why or why not?
Even if something doesn't resonate, that's info too.
Totally. It helps you uncover your underlying beliefs and assumptions.
It's all about being curious and open-minded, not judgmental.
And I like how it shows that spiritual awakening isn't a straight line, you know? It's ongoing.
So we don't just suddenly become enlightened overnight.
Haha, nope. It's more about those gradual shifts in awareness, those aha moments.
Those glimpses of something bigger, and they can happen anywhere, right?
Absolutely. In nature, listening to music, even doing the dishes. It's about bringing that mindfulness everywhere.
This whole deep dive has made me realize that spirituality isn't separate from life. It's woven into it.
I love that. It's not a compartmentalized thing. It's about living a spiritually informed life.
Letting those values, love, compassion, connection, guide how you interact with the world.
That's when things really start to shift, both within you and around you.
Wow, I'm feeling so inspired. We covered so much ground. Mindfulness, meditation, finding your tribe, that quiz.
And don't forget that emphasis on personal resonance. What stood out to you from all those spiritual practices?
That's the question I want to leave our listeners with. What sparked your curiosity? What do you want to explore further? Keep seeking, keep growing, and keep awakening. Until next time, fellow explorers.